Listen up. We're good, but we could be better on the defensive end. Set it up.
Get Mills. I don't let Mills shoot it. Get Mills. Hey, close out on Mills.
Nice work, nice work. Let's get some more shots up before we get out of here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. Checking out the Spurs, they've started the season on a remarkable run of 10 straight victories. Anytime you begin the year on a double-digit winning streak, that's pretty special. Well, the big three have been slowing down over the years, but the Spurs seem to keep the machine moving. Can you make the argument, Kenny, that the Spurs are shifting more towards becoming Kawhi's team in the future?
Well, I think Kawhi has done a great job, and he might be the most talented, impactful player on this team at this point. But I could see the Spurs add.
Here in San Antonio, the Tower of the Americas, standing 750 feet tall in the center of Hemisphere Park. Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out 8. Here's Lillard. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Suns in Phoenix.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
And both free throws good for Davis. Spurs trail by 5. Leonard. Soft touch off the glass. Leonard's got his second basket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
They double him with West. Over to the left wing. And Aminu kicks to Lillard. Misses off the right iron.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Portland also making some changes. Alexander's checked in for Lure. Allen Crabbe comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Lillard. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against New York.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
Cullen passes to Alexander. Crabbe kicks to Bayless. 6 to shoot. Portland again missing. The Spurs have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Nobody near Leonard. Cans it from downtown. Leonard's got 12.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
They double him with West. McCollum kicks to Alexander. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
They double him with Freak. Davis kicks to Bayless. There's the screen. Here's McCollum. Rebound San Antonio. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Yeah, it was a surprising outcome for me and you. But, hey, sometimes matchups can play out a certain way. We'll see how they do tonight.
The Spurs have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Patty Mills. Freak dishes to Leonard. Picked off in midair. Grab the pass to McCollum. The 17-footer. Shot's good. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room.
And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continue.
I always try to improve.
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence, and that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
A lot of times the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
Freak in at shooting guard. Aldridge out there with Duncan. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Green in at the 3. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks put forth a nice effort. He ended with 11 points and added a few rebounds as well. His play was a big part of why their team was able to maintain their hot streak.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step, and Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it, so that shouldn't come as any surprise.
Tony Parker's checked in for San Antonio.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
That's good. Aminu's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. Duncan misses.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Lillard kicks to Lure. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. And so it's a close.
Thank you, Kevin.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half. Freak checked in for the Spurs. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. On the floor for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. John Lure's out there with Aminu. And it's Plumlee in at the center position.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by McCollum. And that one's good. Freak. Freak's got 8. And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. And that one's good.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Lillard against Parker. Now, here's Lillard. He right on him, and he gets it to go. He has 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And it's sent back by Plumlee. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. For the lead, Aminu misses.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Leonard dishes to Freak. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 10 points for Freak.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Plumlee with a screen on Parker. And Plumlee kicks to Aminu. And he misses the go-ahead basket. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Davis is checked in. McCollum, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Freak passes to Duncan. Got a piece of it. Here's Aldridge. Aminu grabs the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
They double in with Freak. Davis setting the pick for McCollum. Pass to Davis, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Freak with it. He's got 10. 5 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Freak's got 6 in the quarter. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against the Suns.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Alexander's checked in for Lure. Crabbe comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Lillard. Portland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be also making some changes. Plumlee is checked in for Alexander. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Jared Bayless. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Freak in at the 1 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. McCollum kicks to Lillard. All sorts of time. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from McCollum. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. There's Freak. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Freak. He has 14 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
And Portland making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Knocked away. Outside, Green. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by McCollum, and that one's good. Freak. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now Aminu. Lillard up top. Here's Plumlee. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the door.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He has a foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And he makes the first. Lure is checked in for Ed Davis. Plumlee hits them both. Now here's Freak. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
He's lost his concentration in the second half, and we can see that in the turnovers piling up. Before the break, he had just one. Now he's got a bunch.
And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Easy layup after coming off the pick.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Here's Duncan. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great
Doris Burke
shot.
has an update for us. Doris?
The game come
Hey,
to
Kevin,
you.
during that last
We're
break,
forcing
I
the
heard
issue too
Terry
much.
Stotts as he addressed his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead. Talk about great numbers for McCollum. 15 points and 4 assists as well. He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
And you know what? He is the total package today, giving them a little bit of everything.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And stolen by Lillard. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. 14 feet away. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. 18 points for C.J. McCollum.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And here's Leonard. To the paint. Here's Duncan. Cans the 12-footer.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs Kings team.
And the Spurs making a change here. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He knew he had this sort of game in him, but tonight he showed all the rest of us he could do it. Maybe this is the start of a bright new chapter for him.
That was Freak turning up the volume right there, baby, all the way up to 11. And the stereo only goes to 10, Ernie, but we're at 11 right now.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Timberwolves out in Minneapolis. Looking at Minnesota, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And Andrew Wiggins from an athletic family. His father played in the NBA, his mother a world-class sprinter. You can see why they call the young Canadian Maple Jordan.
Oh, wow. That's a lofty praise for the young man. I've never heard that.
Jordan.
I never heard that, but he attacks the basket, well.
The Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis.
Boys, nice line.
Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Mavericks in Dallas. And a lot of excitement centering around one young player tonight, folks, as we'll be watching a game that marks the first official NBA start from Freak.
Yeah, we knew it would come at some point. This young man is just too talented to not be in the starting lineup. His time has come.
Yes, it has. I mean, he's clearly proven to the powers that be in that organization that he's ready. I mean, let's see if he can make the most of the chance he's been given.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, the defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Freak in at the point.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Well, let's go to Doris Berg, who spoke with head coach Sam Mitchell. Doris, what's the news?
He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Thanks, Doris. And that one's good. Freak.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Levine. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Freak. Leonard's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, a little touch of class there at the end of the play as he was able to convert on the finger roll.
Here's Levine, guarded by Green. That's good. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Freak, and the layup's good off the glass. Freak's got 6.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against Dallas.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Really left alone that time. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws here for the night. And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Jones kicks to Levine. Picked by Lee. Wiggins drives in. Unloads from 13. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Freak. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Here's Levine. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Jones, no one around him. And another 3 for Minnesota.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Freak with it, working on Jones. And there it is again. Nice make there from Freak.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Wiggins. He has 5. They get it back. Lee kicks it out to Wiggins. On the wing, Jones. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Jones has got his second basket of the night.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Some changes for Minnesota. Here's Jones. On the court right now for the Spurs. Freak in at shooting guard. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rivers. Jones dishes to Wiggins. 14 feet away. Rebound San Antonio. Freak's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brick. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trailblazers delivered quite the performance. He had 18 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. It's games like this that have propelled his team to wins early on this season.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
Minnesota making a switch. Towns is checked in. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in. Now here's Freak, covered by Wiggins. Duncan with a screen on Wiggins. Freak passes to Aldridge. Here's Rivers. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Rivers has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Spurs. Timberwolves trail by 6. Jones with it. He's got 5. Dishes to Wiggins. Pass to Towns. Back to Wiggins. No good with the triple.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. Shoots off the screen. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 8. And Hansbrough kicks to Muhammad. Hits the 3-point bomb. Muhammad's got himself on the board with 3 there. San Antonio leading by 5. Freak with it. Now defended by Muhammad. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Freak. He dishes it to Duncan. Now Freak playing Portland. He was nearly unstoppable. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Green. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too
and here's
easy.
where they sit in the NBA
Get
rankings.
into them on the
First in fewest turnovers per game. First in opponent points per game. And they're ranked third in field goal shooting. This team has a lot of weapons, and guys are not afraid to share the ball to get good shots.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
That one is no good. San Antonio leading by 7. Spurs working the ball around now. Freak with it, working on Jones, and he gets it to go.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, this offense is going to be there for them.
Screen by Lee. And Muhammad kicks to Jones. A 3-ball. Timberwolves keep it alive. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lee kicks to Jones. Here's the screen. Goes back up. And it's Freak with the rebound. Freak's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Some changes for Minnesota. And so we wrap up the
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Tim. Okay, fans, put your hands together.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, how about all of the assists he's had already in the first half? Got his team a lot of easy baskets.
He's got great vision, Greg, and he's not afraid to get rid of it early. That's what makes him such a great passer. He doesn't hold on to that thing. He finds the open guy right away.
The athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. David Lee is out there with Towns, and it's Jones in at the point guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Leonard kicks to Freak. Misses off the right iron. Timberwolves trail by 13. Out left to the wing. Levine can't hit. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Trailblazers.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Freak dishes to Leonard. The three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. On the wing, Wiggins. Outside, Jones. To the inside, Lee makes it off the glass.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
And so it's San Antonio with it. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Freak. Freak's got his 6th assist on the night.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet. Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Now the pass to Leonard. And he dunks it down.
Punches it down with pop.
And rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
Timberwolves trail by 15. Now here's Jones. 5 points in the game. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Picked by Lee. Towns, the pass to Wiggins. 5 to shoot. And that is good. Wiggins has got 10 points.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
It's stolen by Jones. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for San Antonio. Timberwolves trail by 11. Right side Jones. He kicks to Levine. Now here's Towns. Covered by Duncan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a look at the top three-point shooting small forwards this season in the NBA. Every wingman should have that shot in his arsenal, and these guys certainly do. Second is Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on that list. Stay up tight on them on the perimeter, and you risk them blowing by you. But if you back off, you might get your feelings hurt.
Well, I think you've got to take the first approach, Greg. You got to get up into them. You can't give these guys any space to shoot the three.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
The second chance effort, and the layup is good. Leonard's got 9.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Screen by Lee. Jones kicks to Levine. There's the screen. Here's Wiggins. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. 14 points for him.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness. What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
All right, Target Center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Some changes for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for David Lee. San Antonio leading by 20. On the court for San Antonio. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Green is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan. And it's Mills in at the 1. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Outside, Jones. On the wing, Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Aldridge with a screen on Jones. Shot's good by Mills.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Here's Freak. Right through the D for the layup.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Outside, Jones. He feeds it to Wiggins. And it's Freak with the rebound. Freak's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Here's Mills. Pass to Aldridge. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green, no luck. Timberwolves trail by 20. They get a hand on it. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Freak with the ball. And the layup falls. Freak's got 6 points in the quarter.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Jones dishes to Wiggins. Picked by Lee. And here is Muhammad. And he jams it with authority.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. Lets it go from 11. Can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
Boy, they're making it look easy here. I mean, they're just automatic from the line.
The free throw drops for Lee. Levine's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for San Antonio. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Spurs leading by 19. Right wing. And a wide open look for Freak. Drops in the tray. Freak's got 21.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Looking for Aldridge, he gets it there. Outside Leonard. Freak passes to Aldridge. And he gets it to go.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Timberwolves have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. Lee, a screen on Green. Levine kicks to Jones. That 3 off the mark. Spurs leading by 22. Here's Freak. On the wing, Green. And the Spurs scoring again.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Here's Levine. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Freak dishes to Aldridge. Lee with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Finished off the break. Wiggins has got 12 points here in the second half.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, I'm here with Tony Parker. And Tony, there was an intensity to the way this team played. Were you guys amped up?
We were motivated tonight. You know, today we were on a mission. We want to make a statement, and we played great basketball, great ball movement. Everybody wasn't selfish. We shot the ball a lot better, and we played great defense.
Statement delivered, mission accomplished. Nice win, Tony. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to just go right back out there, get to work for the next game.
Well, his passing, his instincts on offense, those were the keys to the game. He was spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved. Most importantly, he was creating high-quality shots and racking up the assists. Overall, great game.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
It was a great win for the team tonight. What can you take out of such a positive overall performance?
Well, winning a game like this gives us a lot of momentum going forward. So we just got to take that, keep running with it, and be careful not to let it get to our heads, right?
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
That kind of thing doesn't matter to me. As long as we're winning games, I don't care how much I have the ball in my hands. I really don't. The team comes first. You know that.
That was your first official game as a starter. How'd it feel?
It felt great. To me, this is a huge step on the way to living the dream. I can't wait to see what the future has in store. I know if my man Vic has anything to say about it, that things are about to get crazy. Real crazy. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Thank you.